A lot of us know the story about Captain Ahab, a man obsessed with a whale. But what if I told you that Moby Dick isn't really about a whale at all? It's about you and the way obsession can ruin everything in life. Think about something that you wanted so badly. Success, money, fame, revenge, or just proving somebody wrong, Sounds familiar, right? We've all had these moments before. But here's the thing. What if that obsession is destroying you? Today, we're breaking down what Moby Dick teaches us about obsession and how it can either fuel you or lead you to complete destruction. Firstly, let's just recap the story of Moby Dick. At the center of the story is Captain Ahab, a whaler who's obsessed with a single thing. Hunting down a whale that once injured him. But this isn't just about revenge. It's about something deeper. To Ahab, Moby Dick isn't just a whale anymore. It's become the embodiment of everything wrong in his life. His failures, his suffering, his lost control, his mind. And in his mind, he feels that if he can just kill the whale, he can make everything right again. But here's where it gets dark, because the deeper the obsession goes, the more he loses himself. At first, the crew follows him because, well, he's the captain. But as the journey continues, they realize that Ahab is not just on a whaling expedition, he's on a personal warpath. And nothing, not their lives, not even the vast, unpredictable ocean, will make him stop. In chapter 41, there's a quote, and it says, "All my means are sane, my motive and my objects are mad." Ahab knows that what he's doing is reckless. He knows his logic makes no sense, but that's what obsession does. It makes you justify the crazy things that you do, even though it's costing you everything. And this is where it gets scary. We've all had these moments when you fixate on something. You fixate on something so intensely that you just stop even thinking right. Think about it. Have you ever wanted something so badly that nothing else mattered? And you just get into this cycle of just fixating on that one thing. Maybe even it's like, for example, you're driving after somebody and they cut you across. And you're like, I need to catch up with this guy. Maybe it was just proving somebody wrong. Right, you're like, I need to prove this guy wrong. Maybe it was about getting that job, or that one girl, or that one boy, or just you trying to reach that goal, right? I want to lose that 2 kilograms. And at first, it feels like a purpose, but if you're not careful, it turns into a trap. Ahab's world shrinks down to one single thing, and when your world becomes that small, you stop seeing the bigger picture. You stop seeing reality. So ask yourself, is there something in your life that you're just chasing with blind obsession? Now, you're probably not chasing a whale, but let's be honest, we all have our own version of Moby Dick, at least sometimes. Maybe it's a career goal, or maybe it's proving yourself to somebody who's doubting you. Maybe you're proving yourself wrong. Maybe it's just this desperation of your need to escape the current situation. Like, I need to leave this place. There's lots of people doing that right now. Whatever it is, we all know the feeling of being fixated on something. So much so that everything else just kind of fades away. And at first, it feels good. It feels like you have a purpose. Obsession tricks you. It makes you believe that you're in control, that you're chasing something important. And in some ways, it's true. A deep focus on a goal can push you forward, give you direction, make you feel alive. But there's a tipping point, the moment when your obsession stops being your fuel and starts being your cage. And the worst part, you don't even notice when it's happening. You get so caught up in this chase that you just stop even asking yourself, is this normal? You stop asking questions. You stop considering what you're sacrificing. Maybe you're ignoring your health. Maybe your relationships with your partner, with your children are crumbling. Maybe your happiness disappears completely, but you keep telling yourself just a little bit longer. Just one more milestone, one more win, and I'll stop. But do you really stop? Or does the chase just keep going? He tasks me. He heaps me. I see in him outrageous strength with an inscrutable malice sinew in it. That inscrutable thing is chiefly what I hate. Ahab wasn't really chasing the whale. He was chasing the idea of a whale, his own rage, his own idea of revenge, his own inability to just forget it, you know? Sometimes you just gotta forget it, man. And that's the danger. When you tie your identity to one pursuit, it stops being something you control and starts being something that controls you. Ahab thought he was hunting the whale, but in reality, the whale was hunting him. So what's the real lesson here? It's not that ambition is bad. It's not that chasing big goals is wrong. No. In fact, having a purpose is one of the most powerful things in life. I always talk about having a purpose. Here's the part where people get it twisted a little bit. There's a fine line between ambition and obsession. One pushes you forward, the other pushes you under. Most people don't realize when they've crossed that line. Think of it like this. Healthy ambition makes your life bigger. It opens doors. It creates new opportunity. It gives you balance. It grows you as a person. But destructive obsession is the opposite. It makes your world smaller. You sacrifice everything just for one thing. Friends, health, happiness, gone. You're no longer growing. You're just narrowing your existence to one single pursuit. And if you don't stop to check yourself, you won't even realize it's happening. So the real question is, are you chasing your dreams or are the dreams chasing you? Because when your dreams turn into a set obsession that owns you, it stops being a goal and starts being a trap. And if you don't take control of it now, it might take control of you forever. Just like it did with Ahab. Captain Ahab never managed to learn his lesson. He thought he could conquer his obsession. He thought if he caught the whale, everything would finally make sense. In the end, it didn't lead to victory. It led to his downfall. His entire life, his crew, his future, all lost to an obsession he couldn't control. But you still have time to choose. You don't have to follow Ahab's path. So ask yourself today, what's my white whale? What's the one thing I have been chasing so hard I might be losing sight of everything else? Where am I sacrificing too much? And most importantly, is it even worth it? Because obsession doesn't just take your time, it takes your life. If this message hits home with you, I think you're gonna love this book. If you want to get this book, by the way, link is in the description below. Moby Dick isn't just a story about a whale, it's a story about all of us. And if you like this video, if you want to go deeper into these videos, why don't you subscribe and wait until I break down another powerful lesson from classic literature? Sometimes letting go is the only actual way to win.